Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Monday, May 29, 2023. Nigeria's federal capital territory, Abuja, came alive as Nigerians from all corners of the country gathered at Eagle Square for a big moment in the nation's history. The atmosphere was electric. It was the swearing-in of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Senator Kashim Shettima as his vice. It was a day filled with excitement and high hopes for the future of the giant of Africa, Nigeria. For many, it was more than just a swearing-in ceremony. It was a day that marked 24 years of uninterrupted democracy and the continuation in power of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, which first took the reins in 2015. The day also signaled the return of presidential power to southern Nigeria after 8 years of northern rulership through President Muhammadu Buhari. Many Nigerians were hopeful as they looked forward to a new Nigeria under the leadership of President Tinubu, who had promised to deliver on the dividends of democracy through the instrumentality of his renewed hope agenda. Among those watching closely and cautiously were the people of the oil-rich Niger Delta, who had continuously demanded a better deal from the Nigerian state. They wondered how the new government will eventually tackle the region's long-standing issues, which includes poor infrastructure and severe environmental despoliation caused by years of unsustainable crude oil exploration and exploitation, which had left many communities struggling with poverty and loss of livelihoods. President Tinubu began addressing the issues of the Niger Delta by constituting a governing board and top management for the Nddc, which was set up since the year 2000 to drive development and promote peace in the oil-rich Niger Delta region, but had not quite delivered on its mandate after 25 years. He constituted a full governing board and top management for the Nddc. This move was a shift from the past, where the commission was run by interim boards and sole administrators, a situation many Niger Deltans insisted was unconstitutional and ineffective to the extent that it watered down the Nddc's impact and slowed progress in the region. With a proper board and management in place, there was renewed hope that the commission would go on to truly serve the people and bring real development to communities that have long been neglected. The new Nddc board, appointed in August of 2023, is led by Mr. Chiedu Ebie, a technocrat from Delta State. As chairman, Dr. Samuel Obuku, an experienced administrator from Bayelsa State, was appointed as the managing director and chief executive officer. The board includes representatives from each of the 9 oil-producing states, alongside representatives from other regions, the ministries of finance and environment, and oil companies operating in the Niger Delta. Supporting Dr. Obuku on the management team is Alaboboma Iyaye from Rivers State as Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Sir Victor Antai from Akwa Ibom State as Executive Director of Projects, and Honorable Ifedayo Abegunde from Ondo State as Executive Director of Corporate Services. After being confirmed by the Senate in early October 2023, the team was officially inaugurated by Honorable Minister for Niger Delta Development, as he then was, Engineer Abubakar Momo. At the inauguration, Engineer MAMODE delivered President Tinubu's charge to the new NDDC leadership, which was a call to reposition the Commission for the rapid transformation of underdeveloped communities in the oil-rich Niger Delta, in line with the administration's renewed hope agenda.
With the inauguration of the board, it means that we have accepted to be part of the renewed hope agenda of our President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And to that very extent, you need to be very much conversant with the 8 presidential priorities of Mr. President, ranging from food security, ending of poverty, inclusivity, job creation, anti-corruption stance, rule of law, and all. You have to be very much conversant with these 8 presidential priorities because they form the agenda that drives this very administration.
With Mr. Chiedu Ebia's purposeful direction as chairman and Dr. Obuku providing leadership, the commission quickly began to gain ground in achieving results, building momentum, and offering fresh hope that the NDDC could finally tackle the deep-rooted issues facing the Niger Delta region. Fully aware of the huge task ahead, the new leadership of the NDDC quickly went back to reactivate its public-private partnership PPP model that was launched a few months before their appointment. The idea was to go beyond its sources of funding and use the financial and human resources of other development partners to deliver key projects and fast-track development in the region. But the NDDC knew it couldn't achieve all this without first cleaning up its house. So it took a hard look at its internal system and decided it was time to revamp its governance structure. The goal was to adopt global best practices that will get back the trust of the Niger Delta people in the Commission and attract credible development partners. To get it right, the Commission brought in a globally respected consulting firm, KPMG, to lead the governance reforms and help reposition the agency for greater impact. Moving on, the Commission also organized its first retreat for the new board and management to equip the team for the journey ahead in the ancient city of Ikotekpene in Akwa Ibom State. The retreat had the theme Renewed Hope, a new era of vitality, peace and development, which represents a bold statement of intent for the road ahead. The Ikotekpene retreat was special for many reasons, but most notably because it was the very first time such a retreat had in attendance several former board chairmen and managing directors. It allowed for a valuable exchange of ideas and gave the new leadership the opportunity to learn from past mistakes, build on previous successes, and explore new ways to drive development in the region. One of the key outcomes of the retreat was the signing of a performance bond between the NDDC leadership and the then Ministry of Niger Delta Development. The bond holds the team accountable for delivering on President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Top on that agenda is for the NDDC to speedily complete major abandoned projects, especially roads and bridges that connect isolated communities across states to open up new opportunities for trade, movement, and growth. Following the retreat, the Commission launched another crucial initiative, which was grassroots consultations. They had several engagements with the primary people the Commission was created to serve, including traditional and community leaders, women and youth groups, as well as ethnic groups from all across the region. They listened to the people, got their input on policies and projects, and ensured that the plans of the Commission reflects their real needs. This bottom-up approach is now central to how the NDDC delivers on its mandate. In May 2024, to commemorate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first year in office, the NDDC had a spree of project commissioning where several completed high-impact projects across the Niger Delta region were formally inaugurated for use. Amongst these projects is the Ogbia Ema Kalakala Akiele Etiama Nembe 25.7 kilometer road consisting of 5 bridges and 7 culverts linking 14 riverine communities in Bayelsa East Senatorial District. The project, which was awarded in 2006 and completed by the Nddc under President Tinubu's administration, was done in partnership with Shell Petroleum Development Company (SPDC). The 6.7-kilometer Iko Atabrikang Akata Opolom Ikotiwang Okorotip Iwochang Road and the 600-meter bridge linking 20 communities in Ibno and Southern Obolo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, awarded some 18 years ago and completed last year by the Nddc and then inaugurated by the Senate President, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, who represented President Bola Tinubu.
My assurance to the youth of this area is that the current administration will continue to work not just through the Nddc, but through various ministries to ensure that you are empowered.
Others are the 9-kilometer Obehe Oke Ikpe Road in Ukwa West local government area of Abia State, the Okitipupa Power Substation supplying electricity to 5 local government areas and hundreds of communities in Ondo South Senatorial District, which was awarded about 18 years ago and completed last year, as well as an electricity injection substation in Amufi, Ikpokba AKUGHA local government area in Benin City, Edo State. With the full backing of President Tinubu, the Nddc proposed its highest budget ever, an unprecedented 1.911 trillion naira for the 2024 fiscal year, to aid the completion of several legacy projects among the 13,000 uncompleted projects scattered across the region and address other urgent needs of the people in largely underdeveloped communities in the region. Without delay, the budget proposal got the stamp of both chambers of the National Assembly, which seems to now understand the importance of Nddc's intervention in the Niger Delta. With the approval of President Tinubu and under the supervision of the Ministry of Regional Development, the Commission also organized what many described as a commendable Niger Delta Stakeholders Summit in July 2024. This important gathering brought together people from all 9 Niger Delta states, including political leaders, development experts, religious and traditional rulers, youth and women from every ethnic group, and was chaired by former President Goodluck Jonathan. The 3-day sessions focused on creating a detailed plan for developing the Niger Delta. The Commission also used the opportunity to sensitize the people on the key policies of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government, asking for their full support and cooperation to bring the President's plans for the region and Nigeria to fruition.
With the birth of this current leadership, people from the Niger Delta have seen some light, and I was impressed that they are taking a different look at the Niger Delta. For them to gather all of us, including people like me, who are no longer involved in active politics, to have conversation on the Niger Delta show clearly that the current leadership intends to move the Nddc to a proper direction.
In implementing the President's renewed hope agenda in the Niger Delta, the Nddc leadership did not just focus on physical infrastructure. They also paid close attention to the social welfare of the people, ensuring that their daily lives and well-being were equally taken care of. One standout initiative of the current board and management of the Nddc is the Light Up the Niger Delta project, which is illuminating communities and gradually improving security as well as boosting social and economic activities across the region. Thousands of solar-powered streetlights have been installed in communities, along roads and major streets, a welcome development that residents have embraced with joy. In fact, the solar-powered streetlights can be found in almost every part of the Niger Delta, and Niger Deltans from every state of the region are full of praise and appreciation to the NDDC and President Bola Tinubu. Governors in the region, as well as several heads of security formations, have all testified of how the Light of the Niger Delta project has reduced crime in the region.
Your Light Up program, which I must publicly now commend, help in solving the insecurity in Imo State. All the dark areas, all the blackouts are being addressed by NDDC through their Light Up programs, both in rural and urban centers.
I want to again, sir, to point out that the effort of the joint task force yielding results under the emergency lighting up of Niger Delta. So I want to assure you, sir, that with their support, with the populace in support of Nigerian masses and everybody, we will not relent. We will continue to do our best, sir.
Before the street light came in, the business activities here were down. Sometimes people break into people's shops, but when the light came in, everywhere we're now lightened up that people can move freely.
The project is a commendable one because before now, this road is very dark at night. But since they installed these street lights, in fact, in the night you think you are still in the daytime.
The NDDC having brought this project, it has boosted the morale of our people. Our people can do business at will, even at night now. They don't even know. It looks like daylight because everywhere is shining and everywhere is bright.
Because of the light now, if you come, looks like London. Everywhere is beautiful and shining.
In addition, several capacity building and empowerment programs have been launched and are ongoing to equip people with the skills and resources for them to live better lives as well as become job creators themselves in order to drive economic stability in the region and the country at large. One of the key programs under this effort is the NDDC Holistic Opportunity Program of Engagement, better known as Project Hope. Through this digital solution, the Commission is building a comprehensive database of youths across the region, capturing their skills and interests to guide future training, empowerment and job placement opportunities with willing partners. The Commission is also addressing food security through agricultural empowerment programs, which is also covered under the Project Hope scheme. For example, an aquaculture training center has been established in Umuahia, Abia State to support youth development, while there are plans to revive abandoned agro-based industries like the aluminium rice processing plant as well as the establishment of new ones. Still on boosting agricultural productivity, the NDDC partnered with the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD) and the federal government to launch the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises Project for the Niger Delta, LIFE-ND. This initiative is aimed at empowering disadvantaged youths and women in the oil-rich region by promoting sustainable agribusinesses and creating job opportunities. So, it came as no surprise that in October 2024, when youth protests erupted in other parts of the country, the Niger Delta youths stayed away, contending that the administration is indeed showing the political will to transform the region through NDDC. The Commission is also investing heavily in education, ensuring that the region's young population is not left behind, from upgrading infrastructure to introducing technology into classrooms. Steps are being taken to modernize learning. For example, the NDDC acquired 45,000 educational tablets for primary and secondary school students, giving them access to digital learning tools and an improved curriculum. For more advanced learners, the current board and management have revamped the Commission's Foreign Postgraduate Scholarship Scheme, which is equipping the region's leaders of tomorrow with world-class education from top universities outside the country.
NDC over the years have been sponsoring people for scholarship, and it's a great way to actually develop the Niger Delta area.
To do a lot in reducing the burden that studying abroad entails.
When it comes to the well-being of the people, the current NDC leadership has breathed new life into its free medical outreach program to provide health care to the poor and vulnerable in rural and hard-to-reach communities. In 2024 alone, the program catered to the medical needs of over 20,000 people across the 9 oil-producing states, and just recently, the Commission launched the 2025 phase of the free medical outreach, which promises to be even bigger and better. This year's outreach is in partnership with the Renewed Hope Initiative of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. The Nddc Renewed Hope Initiative 2025 Free Medical Outreach kicked off in Otoesega, Bayelsa State in April, with the First Lady flagging it off herself. Unlike previous editions, the 2025 outreach will visit each of the 9 states twice, giving more people access to free health care.
The NDC RHI collaboration began in 2024 to provide further support in critical areas of development by empowering communities and improving the quality of life in the Niger Delta region, in line with our Renewed Hope Initiative motto towards a better life for families. The introduction of health insurance scheme that is specifically designed to cover rural communities in the NDC states will provide thousands of families with access to affordable and reliable medical care.
Other health-related efforts include donating ambulances to hospitals, as well as building rehabilitation and furnishing of health centers like the newly upgraded Otoesega Cottage Hospital across the region. All these strides point back to the strategic leadership of President Bola Tinubu. After successfully hosting the very first region-wide Niger Delta Stakeholders Summit, the NDC broke new ground again, this time in the technology space, by organizing the Made in Niger Delta Tech Expo. The event opened a new world of possibilities for the region's teeming young population, offering them a platform to explore the immense potential of the tech ecosystem, especially as technology and artificial intelligence become deeply woven into every layer of modern society. Staying on the path of breaking new grounds, the Commission also held for the very first time the Niger Delta Sports Festival that brought together over 3,000 young budding sporting talents from across the region to compete for silverware in over 17 different games. The event showcased raw talent, athleticism and determination, bringing to bear the sporting excellence the Niger Delta is known for. The display was nothing short of the electrifying, thrilling spectators and sport enthusiasts from far and wide. Bayelsa State, the glory of all land, came out tops in the 8 days sporting fiesta. Recognizing the critical role of small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs, in driving economic growth, the Commission also facilitated the establishment of the Niger Delta Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Trade, Mines and Agriculture, NDCITMA. Backed by an initial capital of 30 billion naira, this body will coordinate and support the growth of local businesses and entrepreneurs, turning ideas into impact and enterprises into economic driving engines. And while all these initiatives continue to uplift the people socially and economically, the NDC remains relentless in its infrastructure drive, particularly building and rehabilitating key roads and bridges that connect previously isolated communities across states in the region. Many of these critical projects have already been inaugurated, while others that are either completed or in advanced stages are awaiting commissioning in the coming weeks. Some of the recently inaugurated projects are the Abraka Urban Road, which connects Ichob East local government area in Delta State to Orion local government area in Edo State, and the 7.3-kilometer Oyigbo Road network, which links communities in Rivers State to neighboring Akwa Ibom State. Others are the 7.6-kilometer Eziama Abba Owerri Ngwoju Road in Imo State and the 23.65-kilometer network of roads and solar-powered streetlights project in Ikwano and Umuahia South local government area of Abia State. In the past 2 years of President Bola Tinubu's administration, it has become crystal clear that Nigeria's foremost intervention agency, NDDC, has experienced a remarkable rebirth under the visionary leadership of Mr. President. From bridging critical infrastructure gaps across the region to rolling out innovative, life-changing initiatives spanning education, youth empowerment, healthcare, agriculture, and economic development. The NDDC is not just transforming communities, it is restoring hope and dignity to millions of Niger Deltans. These strides have not gone unnoticed. On 2 separate occasions in April 2025, President Tinubu personally commended Dr. Obuku and the NDDC leadership for the beautiful job they are doing.
Community development is a matter very close to my heart. Obuku, the MD of NDDC, is doing a good job. Encouraging to achieve more.
This has gone on to signal a strong executive support and renewed confidence in the Commission's current leadership and its trajectory. With the NDDC board just 18 months into its tenure and President Tinubu having 2 years left in his current term, the people are optimistic that the dream of a developed, inclusive and prosperous Niger Delta is no longer just a subject of discussion, but it's fast becoming a reality, with both the President and the National Assembly as well as the Supervising Ministry of Regional Development in concordance and support.
We can live together, break together, eat together.